over 400 brands have launch experiences on Roblox, but most of them are ghost towns. What about Adopt Me though? 40 billion visits and counting. This difference can't be just its budget, and it's not its marketing spend either. This is game design, and if you're a brand planning to enter Roblox, understanding this gap could save you literally millions. Hi, my name is Jaden, and I build full-scale Roblox experiences for brands, publishers, and agencies. And unfortunately, I've seen it happen over and over. A company spends, let's say, 6 figures building a Roblox activation, launches with a huge fanfare, and 2 weeks later they're getting, say, 200 or so daily visits. Meanwhile, games like Adopt Me maintain hundreds of thousands of concurrent players, even years after launch. And today we're breaking down exactly why this happens and what you need to know before spending a single dime on Roblox. But what actually are the stats brands ignore sometimes? Let's start with some uncomfortable numbers. So Adopt Me has over 40.8 billion lifetime visits. Peak concurrent players I found at 1.92 million as of April 2021, with a current average of 100,000 to 160,000 concurrent players, and a session length of players returning daily for years or so. Now compare that to the typical brand activation. Chipotle's Burrito Builder has had a strong launch with 8 million visits, 3.5 million unique players during Halloween 2021, and current daily visits at around 4,000. So that's a 99% plus even drop from peak engagement as a negative example here. And this is already the pattern I see constantly. Week 1, massive spike from marketing push and influencer and promotion. Week 2 to 3, sharp decline already. Month 2, down to baseline. And month 3 and looking into the future, essentially a ghost town unless constantly updated. But why is that? Like, why do branded experiences die while games like Adopt Me thrive for years? And in my point of view, this answer might be simple, but brutal at the same time. So most brands build marketing campaigns, while Adopt Me builds a game straight up. So next, let's talk about the retention mechanisms most brands miss. First, daily login rewards. So every 15 hours, players get rewards. Miss a day, that means your streak resets. So this creates a psychological pull of returning daily. And their star reward system gives progressively better rewards, so culminating in rare eggs like the golden egg and diamond egg as of this video. So this isn't just a lock-in bonus, it is a carefully designed retention loop essentially. There are multiple progression systems, so they have actually what you could call layers of progression. So first, pets age from newborn to fully grown, i.e. requiring consistent play. Second, for full-grown pets equals 1 neon pet. Like, I think they call this merging or actually fusion inside the game. And lastly, you can combine 4 neon pets to 1 mega neon pet, meaning this creates a sense of investment, and players don't just visit Adopt Me, they're building from their perspective, they're building something, and every session moves them toward a long-term goal. And Adopt Me has multiple task systems that drive engagement. So you have this daily task board, so complete 3 tasks, get a free S-tag egg. All of your pets need feed, need to be played with, they need to be washed every now and then, rewarding the players with bucks. You have those jobs, so working at the hospital, going to school, having this pizza shop, and there are time-limited tasks, so camping, pool party, playground, and so on. And every of those mechanics essentially loops back into the core collection and progression systems, so building upon it essentially. And they have a trading economy, so they have a robust player-driven economy where rare pets sell for up to $300 on secondary markets, and players aren't just playing, they are more like investing, if you will. So they're collecting and trading, meaning this creates network effects. The more friends play, the more valuable your collection becomes, and so on. But now let's talk about what some brands do instead, and why I would say it fails. So what is your typical brand activation formula? A branded environment, like a virtual store, themed world, and so on. A simple minigame or obi, it's usually something players only play one time. And virtual items or codes for rewards. Eventually an integration with an existing game, so you have some sort of cross promotion and benefits. And don't get me wrong, this can work for awareness campaigns if you ask me, and Chipotle certainly proved that. So for instance, in their Halloween 2021 burrito event, they had 8 million visits in the first few days, 3.5 million unique players, and it allegedly even caused Roblox to crash, and it drove record digital sales, of course. But there's the problem. It was a moment and not a long-term game. So looking again at the current Chipotle Burrito Builder stats, 25.6 million lifetime visits, so good. Average daily visits for 1,000 might be problematic, and an average session length of 6 minutes. So why the drop? There isn't a daily pool, so once you've rolled a burrito and claimed your code, why would you return? There isn't a progression either, so nothing to build, collect, or achieve over time, and no social economy, so you can't trade, you can't show off rare items, and so on. There's no status. And this brings us directly to the 3 fail mistakes I would consider. So the first one, campaign thinking versus game thinking. So brands think in campaign cycles like 3 months, 6 months, 1 year or so, whereas gamers think in progression cycles. So what do I unlock next? And when your experience is really just a branded obi with a shop, you're building a campaign instead of a game, and campaigns will inevitably end at some point. So the fix would be building for long-term engagement from day one, and design systems where players will want to engage with repeatedly, so instead of just once. The second one, treating Roblox like a billboard. This is what I see constantly. Brands that just want their logo in a world, so standard Roblox world, but put their brand's logo on top, maybe some UGC items, and maybe a portal ad or something. But here's the thing, Roblox players are pretty ruthless, so they can smell inauthenticity immediately. So if your experience feels like an ad disguised as a game, they'll leave right away. And according to community analysis, the top reasons brands fail on Roblox are pretty much same list here. Lack of originality, so it looks like every other brand activation. Out of touch with community, like pricing, design, and mechanisms, showing they don't understand the platform, like the devs without wanting to to root here. Low quality, so if it doesn't meet the standard of organic Roblox games, players won't engage. And no community engagement, so ignoring feedbacks, no updates, and treating us as a set and forget. So I would suggest hiring developers who understand Roblox culture, listen to community feedback, and most importantly invest in quality that matches top organic games. The third mistake, one and done launches, we've already talked about this a bit. Adopt Me, if you look at it, updates pretty regularly, so new pets, new events, new features, the game continues to evolve. And most brand activations, on the other hand, they launch, run ads for a month or so, and then nothing, so no updates, so no new content, no reason to return in the end. And even successful brands fall into this trap. Like Chipotle's initial campaigns were massive, but without constant updates, engagement inevitably drops, with the clear fix being budget for ongoing development, so plan quarterly content drops like minimum, and treat your game like as if it was a live service essentially. But now let's talk about what I would call the middle ground. So what actually works. Like in case you might be thinking, but why don't we? But what if we don't have the budget to build the next Adopt Me? Which is fair though. Not every brand needs a persistent world with complex progression systems and so forth, but there is a middle ground. So what about integration partnerships, for instance? So NASCAR partnered with Jailbreak, a popular Roblox game, contributing to 24 million visits during a 10-day event, 30% increase in concurrent players, and players got NASCAR branded vehicles with authentic sounds and models. And while it work is pretty simple, they didn't build from scratch, they integrated into an existing game with retention mechanics already proven, and there are various more examples to this, like even popular Netflix shows, for instance, like Squid Game, but I don't want to go too much into detail here. What about event-driven activations, if done right? For instance, Walmart's approach, they partnered with popular Roblox creators, they gave players UGC items through quest completion, they connected virtual experiences with physical products, and lastly they created let's say voting mechanics, so players felt heard. All of this essentially leading to over 5 million visits in the first couple of weeks, with sustained engagement through community involvement. But what about limited time campaigns with real value? And I think they can work if they offer genuine value. Let's say rewards that matter, like free food, exclusive products, or whatever that might mean for you, particularly high quality gameplay that's fun first, and branded second. Clear end dates that create urgency, or FOMO as you call it, fear of missing out. Integration with loyalty programs for continued connection, with the key being, even if it's temporary, it needs to feel like a real game while it lasts. So here's my essentially framework for success. So personally, if you're a brand, agency, or publisher planning a Roblox activation, here's your checklist. Before development, ask, are we planning a game or a marketing stunt? If it's just a marketing stunt, plan for short life cycle and measure accordingly. If it is actually a game, then budget for ongoing development and updates. Understand your metrics. Don't just track the visits like I see most people doing. Track the return rate, the session length, social sharing, player-driven growth, and so on. Study what works with existing games. So which organic Roblox games engage similar audiences? What mechanics do they use? How can you authentically adapt those? And then later on during development, hire true Roblox developers. So look for portfolios showing 100k plus visit games, verify they understand Roblox culture, community, and don't just hire like any dev studio. Try finding specialists. Build retention into the core, so include what we talked about earlier, like daily rewards, progression systems, social features like trading, showing off achievements, and so on, and give them reasons to return essentially, so not just reasons to visit once and then never come back. Value quality over branding, so make it fun first, as I just said, brand it second, and if players won't play it without your logo, then redesign it, as hard as that might sound. Then after launch, plan for iteration, so monitor player feedback almost religiously, plan content updates like monthly minimum for persistent words, and respond to community concerns. And finally, measure the right things. So day 1 retention, day 7, day 30 retention, and so on. Average session length over time, user-generated content like screenshots, videos, social mentions, whatever it is. And try to measure the reward impact, like the sales, the brand shift, website visits, and things like that. So now, after seeing I've been discussing this for quite a while now, here's your bottom line. Adopt Me, I think, succeeds because it's a game first that happens to be on Roblox, and most brand activations fail because they're ads that in the first place happening to be on Roblox, and Roblox has 79 million daily active users spending 2.4 hours per day on the platform, so the opportunity is massive, but you can approach it like traditional advertising. If you want real results, sustained engagement, brand love, actual ROI, you need to think like a game designer, not a marketer. So there might be 3 paths, for instance, coming into mind. Path 1, building a persistent, high-quality experience with true game mechanics, which requires significant ongoing investment, but can build a lasting community, despite, unlike what we've discussed prior. Path 2, partner with existing successful games for integration, so implying a lower cost, leverage proven retention, and with having the downside of having less brand control, obviously. And path 3, create high quality, limited time events. So focus on specific moments, plan for short life cycle, and measure accordingly. And what doesn't work? Well, have measures, low quality implementations, one and done campaigns. Those ignore what makes Roblox special. So lastly, obviously, if you're a brand, agency, or publisher looking to do Roblox right, and you want a partner who understands both game design and business outcomes, that's exactly what I specialize in, so please feel free to reach out for me for any questions you might have. And if you think this was of any value, then I appreciate it. I I hope it might be of any use, and yeah, I'll see you next week or something, and thanks for watching for now.